Collective energy reading. Please don't take what resonates. Always leave the rest for the best. Don't stress because somebody's stressing. It's that 5 when you can see it's that magician. I can, Mike, speak that truth. You know you can speak that truth because you're connecting. You're like a leader, a magician. You could be speaking this truth about this fire sign, about people who move and trying to control. You're your own leader. People can't manipulate and control you because you're not institutionalized within your mind. You can see when people are dominant and they've got this ego and this aggression manipulating people's minds. You can see when they're running for lust and greed. They even could be speaking about you, divine feminine, this fire sign, speaking about you, about that action. They can see you as brave, strong. You could be able to protect yourself. They was like stuck with these secrets. They could have gambled you, lied, cheated, slept with a friend, somebody in the community. They was too busy out partying, socializing, risking it for a biscuit. You can see they had these illusions, underworld. They was in low dense energies, manipulating because they was full of poison. They may be seeing you as poison. That girl is poison. Put to make them transform and change their ego. They could be getting consciously awake now, thinking about you, that creative skill, that passion. It's like that fire and ice. You can see it's burning within inside of them because the toxicity you ignore, it does change, and it's choosing to be able to swallow it daily. They could be choosing to ignore and swallow the bullshit daily, lies, illusions, manipulations, confusions. You seek that truth when you're risking it for a biscuit. You see what biscuit did you risk it for? Who are you working with? What are you trying to gain? Because you can see you're connecting, you're moving towards that hood. You see you're that splendor. You're moving, regenerating, not hating. Somebody maybe wants to be able to come fast, quick, speak to you, this 8 of Wands. You see, fire sign. You may be seeking this truth about the fire sign. They may want to come towards you because they was idealistic, driven through jealousy, running for lust and greed. They could have been like on that karmic cycle, balancing justice. They maybe want to balance justice towards you. You can see they even got legal matters going on. These secrets. You could be seeking this truth in regards to certain actors, and you got a social awareness of them. They was like illusionists. Take this all as it resonates. That man, I can. That Mike, speak that truth. And he, that mirror, that Michael Jackson. I'm looking at the man in the mirror, and I'm asking him to change his ways. And no matter the man got, make it clearer. But you can't make it no clearer. You can see there's illusions. So you gotta make a world a better place. You better look at yourself and make that change. So these divine feminines, masculines, you can see they need to make that change. This is physical change, mental change, emotional change. They've got these issues because it's the way that you communicate and the way you're creative. These family members and friends, they haven't got that skill the way you do, because it's that sovereignty to stand and speak the truth. Even when you're out dancing, bopping, skanking, people have got a social awareness of you. It's your creativity. It's the way you're able to be able to move. You got wisdom. You're a wise leader. You're the leader of your pack. You can see certain people, family, friends, can see you evolving. You're moving forward. Speaking with that truth. Speaking with that truth. Standing with that truth because you balance. You can see you're like a practitioner. You're enabling the collective. You're enabling these divine feminines and masculines to balance their heart, to make their heart as light as that feather, to speak that truth, that wisdom. You've got that sacred knowledge because you are that divine source. Take this all as it resonates because they can see it's that pivotal moment, that flower, it's awakening, third eye activated, that truth. You be standing, they can see this could be a lover, someone from your past. You see they was blindsided, drifted, lost in the soul, and now they want to come home to you, baby. Because you can see when they're blinded, they can see that truth, that heart. They're cleansing those energies. They've got that sackcloth on. You can see their garments. You can see they was getting conned. Now they're reacting now because about who they were serving. Even when you're looking about those communities and those big top corporations, 4-9, about stability, money, lust and greed, about what I possess. They didn't have that spiritual knowledge. You can see when people, those wicked high people, rulers, wanting land, and could have been about land, 1-3, about a child, 9, you're seeking this truth, about that feminine habits, this masculine, people, the lying, manipulating, controlling, illusions of the mind. 6, so you're all in your head, and now they can't stop thinking over and over again, because it's that angel of love. Now they're seeing it from a different angle, because the heart, that emotions, that melancholy, that most deep, profound part, when you're really not listening, you're trying to be able to hide, pretend, because they aren't creative. They wasn't loyal, they weren't royal. It wasn't in their DNA. Now they're looking at you, because you can see it was rooted within inside of you. These people be competing against you, because you're the goddess of the moon. You've seen those illusions to the confusions, because you was creatively speaking. You see, you was just have that fire shots ready, firing that truth. It was like firing that booth. You can see, you was that goodness. You can see the next part of the moon, the illusions. You can see in the confusions. You can see about feminine, family members and friends that are close enemies, that are watching you, that could manipulate and corrupt you. They couldn't corrupt you because they couldn't dominate over you. That power, they wanted leadership because you had that 12, you see, even their systematic approaches that they had, they was unbalanced their mind, because they was anxious, because they was critically thinking, they was in that mindset. You can see, maybe because of different religions, rules, regulations, they could have been cross seas. You could have been traveling, and when you're moving towards your partner, they could be cross seas traveling towards you. You can see those around close enemies, programming them, their mind, 12, because money, lust and greed. You can see it was like that karmic cycle. When you're on that test and it's that roller coaster, it's going around, and you hand yourself in that hangman position, because they're like tools in a bucket, and they was fucking it, and now they could see that temple. They was tempted, temptations. They were stuck with illusions and confusions, because they was at unbalanced minds, and they lacked nourishment. They could be malnourished, looking all drained, strained, this masculine. Now they're getting connected to their heart, because it's that 6th chakra, that discernment. They're looking, because it's Archangel Metatron. They can see you're divinely guided by your ancestors to be able to speak that truth. It's that wisdom that was bestowed upon you, that gift to be creative. As speak, you got that insight, that omniscience, that presence. It's that divineness to be enabled the collective. You see those practitioners, you can see when you're looking, and they've got that beauty, and you can see that artist, and they use it for money, lust and greed, and they're not interconnected with their self. 7, 11. You can see they're connecting now. They're understanding that truth. Family members and friends. They was unbalanced. You had that temperaments. It was that truth, because they lacked compassion. They was like bitter. It didn't inherit it from their father, their mother. You can see it's in your genes. You had that skill to speak. You was like that Hina, to revealer, like Sophia. You was moving because you knew that truth. That yin to that yang. It was that push and that pull to be able to move with that love. This divine feminines and masculines. Oh my God, this man holding a coin. They're now looking, because they're holding that heart, those emotions, those thoughts, those feelings, their insecurities, connecting. Now you can see they wasn't creative to be able to speak. They blocked throat chakras. Now they're gaining that inspiration, because their mindset was towards money. They was just too money minded, because I'm possessing and I'm creating abundance, and you be out here creating abundance with your skills. I don't know why the fuck I'm speaking like this. Take this all as it resonates, because you see this. Right, I've got to be quick because I'm getting hot now, because these people are getting this awakening. It's that truth. You get that understanding from that divine. It's because your creative skills, you're moving forward, your balance. You can see your cosmic connected to that divine. You see that understanding, that truth about that test, that will and testimony from that divine, the cosmic, your ancestors giving you that knowledge to speak that truth. You inherited these skills. My nose is itching. You can see these people was indecisive of the truth. They wasn't connected to their heart because of these contracts. You can see now they be looking back. This divine feminine, this masculine. They masculine. They can see they could have had like a karmic contract. Now you can seek that truth, because it was that financial constraints, who they was working with. You can see who they was programmed by for that masculine serving in that home. They could be having stress and conflict in regards to a child. You can see the partners are reflecting back, so it's that duality, higher learning. Take this all as it resonates, because they're having stress, no peace, truth told. 3, arguing. You can seek that truth. They even may be speaking in regards to you. Somebody feminine, speaking, arguing, shouting, an effective method boost. You can see that truth. It was manipulating. You can see illusionist. because it's that first chakra. Archangel Michael, you can see he was protected to be able to speak that truth, divine understanding, interconnected, creatively, using your intuitions. You can see the way how you communicated with that knowledge and wisdom. It was bestowed within inside of you. 2, 3, you had that knowledge because you was moving, because all tied up. They was all tied up because the money, lust and greed. You can see you either got payments, you either got paying, serving, out partying, socializing, stress and arguments in that house. 7, 8, you can see because of these illusions, habit, addictions. Money, you wasn't thinking, partying, drinking. Who they was working with. 5, out partying, drinking, they didn't have that strength, courage. About money, it's that daughter spirit, they wasn't connected, they was on that karmic cycle. 5, because it's the angel of strength. They see your strength, you got that power, you got that skill to be able to speak that truth. 3, 2, because it's that daughter spirit. You listened, you connected to that divine, they're awakening that spirit. They may see you as that true divine feminine. They was in that ego, not unable to be able to speak, blocked throat chakra. They didn't speak that truth because about their nurturing, caring, serving, who they was serving, gambling, risking, out, programming. They could be having these losses, having that awakening. It's that deep, profound part that's understanding that truth to be told. Take this all as it resonates about the baby who's poisoning them, a feminine, family, a friend. Take this all as it resonates. Sexual energies, those on a karmic cycle have these illusions, manipulating this mass. Right, before I go on, we've got Virgo, fire sign, Taurus. We've got Leo, we've got Cancer, 1 Aries, Gemini, Leo, 32 could be significant, 40 could be significant, 50, 35, 52, 6, 13. You could just be gaining this understanding about those lovers. They're getting interconnected now about these companies, who they was serving. They was gambling, risking, it was for money. You can see they was looking for the physical things and not looking on their inside. They was unbalanced of mind, indecisive, not connected to their heart. They had illusions, these bad habits, all because it was gambling, risking, a heart, emotions, even partners. You can see it was programming them about moving towards that hopes and wishes, and then looking back towards you, gaining that understanding, awakening that spirit, maybe wanted to be able to take action, to be able to come in, speak this truth. Take this all as it resonates. They may be trying to just gain that strength because it's that leader. They was too busy controlling, stubborn, manipulating. That feminine could have been manipulating that masculine. Illusions, they're feeling numb because it's like they're having these losses. They may be feeling that loss with you because of that contract, that will and testament, that energy. There was like an vampire energy. They could have been draining, manipulating, confusing, illusions, even draining you. You're understanding that truth. All about a child, manipulating, habits, partying, sexual energies, illusion. You can see when they were speaking these lies, that feminine, you can see they inherited sin. They were spiritually and mentally blocked. They weren't optimistic, open-minded the way you were. Now they're understanding, interconnecting, because I am. They're thinking about the actions that they took when they was risking it for a biscuit, because they was earning. It was about money. They wanted to be like a peer, as if they was caring, creative. They may be looking at you and seeing you caring, creative, mother figure. You got that understanding to interconnect, empower others, balance, because they don't take your time. They siphon your energy, that light, those family members and those friends. Every interaction, it was feeling dimmer, blocking them, money, because they've got these financial constraints who they were providing that service to. They're innocent because it's that first chakra. They're seeing that lust and greed depleted. They're feeling all drained, depleted now, because you poured from that empty vessel. No love, no joy, no peace. Through lies, you're seeking. There was gambling, risking, illusions. There was on that karma. No justice, no understanding, all because it was insecure and it was discarded. You keep starting the story, keep trying to be able to evolve and grow, but they can't evolve because they lack strength. They didn't have that understanding. Blocked heart chakras, childhood trauma. Take this all as it resonates. See, when they're creating and what they're possessing, there's inheritance, creative skills. You have to possess these creative skills to have that understanding, learning, earning. Betty White, while you was learning, the man, they was trying to earn. You was earning and learning at the same time, because it's that nose. They called it love. It was a leash disguised as jewelry. around those feminines, family, friends. There was risking it, stressing, confusions, illusions. You're seeking this truth. They could be having these memories or in their feelings, looking back towards you, because it's that forgiveness. They wanting your forgiveness. They be needing forgiveness. They wanting your grace and mercy, because now they're looking and trusting. They could be praying now to that divine, because it's that secret garden when you have to go dig deep, get that deep understanding, because they're opening that secret to their heart. They're unlocking these keys. You can see it's that spark awakening, that truth, because it's history. We go back, way back into time. If you take your love away from me, I'll go crazy, I'll go real insane, because they're feeling it. It's that 1,000 years ultimate triumph. You're that wisdom, it's that kingdom, it's that mastery. I am hot. They're getting that hot because it's that story, it's discipline, it's steadfast, organized, obtaining that skill. You got that wisdom, it's your mastery, it's your story. You have that discipline, steadfast, organized. It's a part of legacy. You was a part of that world, building up those skills. You can see it was divinely guided. You see that secret garden, that gatekeeper of knowledge, of wisdom. It was embedded inside of you from the child, from when you was young, from birth. You just had to grow through that strength. It was tenacity. It was perseverance. You seen that power. I got the power. You're going to break my heart. My heart is mine. You can see it was family, intense. You can see it was reloaded. It was divine peace. You looked at that earthly golden, connected, being creative, intuitive, cared for yourself, self-care, self-love. You've seen that goddess. You've seen you have to have these habits to speak love, speak life. Listen to those intuitions. It was divinely guided within inside of you to speak this truth. You can see it was earthly, golden age, idyllic period in history. Your story, mythology. It was that peace, prosperity, culture. You can see it was technology, even achievements when people was blocking, stopping. You see what was programmed. You learned. You went to Google. You seen that sacred knowledge. You even gained that wisdom. You learnt yourself, because that was achievement. It was like ancient mythical era. It was harmonies. It was innocence. It was living like the gods. It was free from tale and grief. It was an era of spiritual perfection. It was divine presence and triumph of fulfillment. It was that judgment. You can see protection, 20 judgments taking place when all evil, Satan banned, Satan reigned with you. You can see now these people who's in that low dense energy, they want to reign, because it's 1,000 years they're awakening, seeking that truth, understanding, acknowledging their heart, that most deep, profound part. It's peace, justice, prosperity, your return. Those divine feminines and masculines, they be walking now, they're understanding that admission. It's that second coming. They want to be able to come back. They're sliding back, 2 steps forward and 2 steps back, because it's that faithful. It's overcoming evil. You can see there's pestilence that they will speaking and spreading that gospel. They can see you're on that righteousness. It's that completeness, it's that divine, it's that balance, it's that duality, it's that yin to that yang, connecting to those emotions. They see you're a high priestess, a high priest. They were stubborn, manipulating, speaking wrongness. You can see the illusions that corrupted their mind for mourning, lust and greed. Those divine feminines and masculines, they looked on outer shells. Now they're diving in deep, because it's that maturity. It's opening that divine. It's that scale. It's human. Even looking in that Revelations with that time, 2 Peter 3:8, where you can see about family, friends, who's programming you. Are you understanding that truth? Are you connecting, speaking? Got that discernment. You can see how you're protecting yourself, who's being stubborn, because you can see you are that leader of that pack. 8, you can see even the culprits, there's a cultist, there's people, illusionists. You can see you inherited these creative skills to speak the truth, to stand within your power. 3, because you are our empress. Creatively, you can see you're interconnected with the divine, to encompass, to be able to encompass you even in a stud. With the Lord was like a day, 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is like a day. You exist outside of time. It was physical, limitations, belies. You interconnected, you seen, you connected, and you was that great manifester. You're not bound by human timelines. You know love transcends through space and time. If it's through space and time, you're connected wherever you are in the world, lost and found. And you are that sense. You can see it's that urgency. It's that angel from that frame of heaven, continuously awakening. You can see it was that truth. You was that goddess, that guidance. You can see you had that archangel Meteoron. Those ancestors delivering those messages, guiding you, protecting you with that spiritual wisdom. You was that leader. Those structures, those heart, your foundations. You had archangel Michael, understanding, moving bass. That was your bass line. That music, awakening your spirit. Because it was political, even spiritual assignments, even blockages, even establishments of the G-mental structures, even the kingdom of your head, your mind, mastering your legacy, your craft, you seeking that truth, how others see you in this world when you're moving forward, because I am possessing these skills. And you see, it was divine. They was looking for lands and earthly goods. It was instructed of false, G-mental, corrupted political practices, even the spirit behind poisoning earthly quarrels, because you see, it was that energy of vampires manipulated, crusting, corrupted, because you see, it was for lust and greed. If you want enough women, that Wulheep of figures. So if you want enough women, that's Wulheep of figures. But kind of nigga, you have to have enough money. So they wanted lots of women. So that to have enough money, paying one woman there, paying another woman there, feeling the energies that reflect to me, a good and bad, a good owner. So you feel the good one's owner, that love, it's that spark, it's that awakening. You don't know, but you being seen by others. So others be watching you, clocking you, analysing you, speaking that truth, social awareness, especially if you're on this computer. People who got awareness of you speaking, enabling others to grow, they're getting insight, spiritual insight, because the Exodus is that movement of us people to awaken the collective. You can see you got these resources. What skills have you got bestowed upon you? You got that spiritual insight connected. You taking action, you regenerating, not hating, because it's that crucifixion 2017 horror mystery 3 minutes about those family members and friends who was programming, even those leaders. Take this all as it resonates, the collective. You seen AI, it was corruption, cis unveiled, even a priest, even of others, nuns, exorcism on her. A journalist as trust, even in complicated, even looking at the scenes, even more investigations could be taking place. You seeking this information, people could be digging deep. Take this all as it resonates. These leaders, they're seeking this evidence, computer, AI.